Continuing with Deuteronomy 13.7. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, who is as thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, of the gods of the people who are round about you, either near to thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth, thou shalt not consent to him, nor hearken to him, nor shall thy eye pity him, nor shalt thou spare, nor shalt thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he has sought to draw thee away from the Lord thy God, who brought thee out of the land of Mizraim, from the house of bondage. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. If thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities, which thy Lord thy God has given thee to dwell there, saying, Certain men, wicked persons, are gone out from among you, and have drawn away the inhabitants of their cities, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which you know not, then shalt thou inquire and make search and ask diligently, and behold, if it be truth and the thing certain that such abomination was done among you, thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is in it, and its cattle with the edge of the sword. And thou shalt gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the open place of the city, and shalt burn with fire both the city and the entire plunder taken in it, for the Lord thy God, and it shall be a heap forever. It shall not be built again, and nothing of that which was devoted to destruction shall remain in your hand, that the Lord may turn from the fierceness of his anger, and show thee mercy, and have compassion upon thee, and multiply thee, as he has sworn to thy fathers, when thou shalt hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep all his commandments, which I command thee this day, to do that which is right in the eyes of the Lord thy God. You are the children of the Lord your God. You shall not gash yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead, for thou art a holy people to the Lord thy God, and the Lord has chosen thee to be a special possession to himself out of all the nations that are upon the earth. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which you may eat: the ox, the sheep, and the goat, the deer, and the gazelle, and the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the addax, and the bison, and the wild sheep, and every beast that parts the hoof, forming thereby two entirely cloven hoofs, and choose the cud among the beasts, that may you eat. Nevertheless you shall not eat of those which chew the cud, or of those which divide the cloven hoof, the camel, and the hare, and the coney, for they chew the cud, but do not divide the hoof. Therefore they are unclean to you. And the swine, because it divides the hoof, yet chews not the cud, it is unclean to you. You shall not eat of their meat, nor touch of their carcasses. These you may eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall you eat, and whatever has no fins and scales you may not eat. It is unclean to you. All the birds you may eat, but these are of which you shall not eat: the griffin vulture, and the bearded vulture, and the black vulture, and the buzzard, and the kite, and the hawk after its kind, and every raven after its kind, and the dark desert owl, and the kestrel, and the gull, and the sparrow hawk after its kind, and the little owl, and the long-eared owl, and the barn screech owl, and the night prowler, and the gier eagle, and the fish owl, and the stork, and the heron after its kind, and the hoopie, and the bat. And every creeping thing that flies is unclean to you. They shall not be eaten, but of all clean fowls you may eat. You shall not eat of anything that dies of itself. Thou shalt give it to the stranger who is in thy gates, that he may eat it, or thou mayest sell to an alien, for thou art a holy people to the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not boil a kid in its mother's milk. That's Deuteronomy 14:22.